turn forward. All right. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm. I think I'm on track number 2. No, you added more stuff. Somewhere in between. I was pretty much finished waiting around. Just a few. Man, I have to take a bite, but I don't want to answer. Just saying. Well, good evening. My name's Robin.
And I'm Shyne.
And we are Babes and Cocktails.
So, tonight, I'm drinking Jameson and Snapple Apple.
And I'm drinking Jack and Cherry Dr. Pepper. Again, long week.
Yeah, we haven't quite changed our drinks at all.
I might have fruit, maybe.
Next week, we're going to make it a point to actually drink something
without the
different.
hurricanes.
Yeah, and all of
life and.
So we're going to do something different next week.
We're going to get it together.
Sure. We're going to do it.
You work with us, we work with you. So tonight our topic is situationships. You don't know what situationships are? I'll be glad to tell you.
Talk about it.
A situationship is a romantic relationship between two people who do not yet consider themselves a couple, but who have had more than a friendship. They like each other, but they find it hard to put a label on things and find themselves in a situationship instead. This interaction might include affection, sexual behaviors, spending time together, but also involve low levels of commitments. Mm-hmm. They can be found on the spectrum somewhere between a friend with benefits situation and a committed relationship. They can be, no, we already found that. Mm-hmm. But one might choose to be in a situationship for reasons like wanting companionship, but not being ready or available for a relationship. Not believing the person they are with is relationship worthy, but the low effort benefits until the one that came along. Or they feel afraid of a relationship and want to keep their options open while they make up their mind. Lack of defined labels or terms to define in the relationship, unclear expectations about exclusivity or commitment, limited future planning or discussion about long-term goals.
So,
let's talk about it.
These situationships is definitely
a topic that needs to be discussed.
A situationship is a casual romantic relationship without a clear label of commitment. And it can include, affection, sexual activity, spending time together, but it's a different form of commitment relationship because it lacks the same level of commitment and expectations of an actual relationship. To Situationships can range from a friend with benefits arrangement to a long distance texting relationship. While they may seem convenient at first, they can also become toxic and lead to emotional turmoil. Sometimes you can feel like your needs aren't being met. You're going to constantly question your partner's intentions and feel like the connection is only transactional instead of relational or emotional. A situationship can leave you unsure what to say when someone asks you whether you're seeing someone. The most common answer in situationships are it's complicated.
It's complicated.
Because it really is. Like,
It's complicated.
what are you supposed to say if someone asks you if you're in a relationship and you're technically not?
My first word would probably be dating. But if you don't go on dates,
What is it considered?
I'm texting. Maybe.
But is it considered complicated if it's still a situationship? Because you're not really in a relationship, but you kind of is, maybe
It's complicated.
not. That's why it's the most common answer. So,
Signs you're in a relationship. I'm sorry. Excuse me. We're not in relationships. We're discussing situationships. I mean, the names are so close. So signs you're in a situationship include you're scared to show your feelings because you think that will threaten your relationship. Conversations are fairly shallow or surface level. You don't go on real dates together. The relationship doesn't seem to grow. Plans are not made in advance, but out of convenience.
let's see. Or one or both people are dating or hooking up with other people.
Hmm.
How often you see each other is inconsistent. Sex is either a big part or the main part of your relationship.
Hmm.
You haven't defined your relationship or talked about the subject.
True.
You haven't met the important people in each other's lives.
Hmm. Hmm.
That's pretty much
Situation. It's complicated.
that's pretty much what a situationship entails, though. If you think about it, if you're in a situationship, it's pretty much surface level. It's not, to the point to where you're doing those things on relationship level. You're just in physical without the true depth of emotional, I guess.
Maybe you can be emotional, but it's just not connecting with your feelings. When you're being emotional and you're just not giving your heart.
Yeah, emotional ish. You give so much emotion, but you don't give all like you would do in a relationship, I
Right.
guess.
You give a little because they give a little, then you give a little, they give a little. But again, it's not consistent giving a little. And it works on both sides.
Right. It's a joint effort, especially in a situationship, because, like they say, it's inconsistent. So you have to line up what you can line up. So, well, let's just jump right on into these
Jump on it.
questions. What is required in a situationship? Like, say, such as you expect money and gifts. Should you not? Is it expected that the man contribute to the woman's bills, or do you just keep everything separate and keep living your separate lives, but your situation is just your situation separate from finances? And how much time is not enough time? So, what you think would be required in a situationship? Along those lines, or something else?
Um, no, I can go around those lines. I mean, a situationship is basically, I don't know, the time and the effort that you put into it. And it's not a relationship, so you're not required to put in
Only
all
what
your
you
free
want to.
time.
Right. Only what you really want to, for real.
Right.
It's not a requirement of a schedule. Like, you
Mm-hmm.
just, what I have this. You're free or not.
Right. So are you free or not? And then if you're not, you don't get upset because that's not your significant other.
You're not my man. I can't get mad.
Right.
I can feel some type of way, but I can't get mad.
Right.
What about the money and gifts? Should there be an exchange of that? Should you expect gifts from your situationship partner, or if it happens, it happens if they
Um,
want to?
if they want to, I mean, I don't think any party is gonna say no,
Mm-hmm.
man or woman. If I get you a gift, you're not gonna say, "Oh, I don't want that." I ain't gonna say I
Well,
don't
you
want it.
might say it, but you're gonna accept it.
Oh no, you shouldn't have. But all right,
Exactly. Well, no, I'm not gonna. All right, I'm just gonna
all right.
accept it.
Thank you.
Right. Well, what about the bills? Do you think in a situationship that the man should contribute to the woman's bills?
Um,
Is that too much of relationship or should it be expected?
I feel like maybe in a situationship, being the independent person I am, I'm not asking for nothing. If you choose to want to help, that's different. But again, we're not in a relationship. So that would be solely considered as a gift. Just like
If you
oh,
do this for
if I
me,
do this for
could you?
him, it's because I'm gifting. I'm not looking for it back.
So with bills, it should be a gift.
It would have
If
to
they
be
ask the
in a
if they ask
situationship.
you if you need, or could they, assist with paying a bill or half or whatever, it should be considered as a gift.
It's got to be, but again, we have to talk about it.
Should you return the favor?
Do I have it?
If he
Like,
really needs it, like let's just say he just really needs it and he comes to you and asks you, not often at all, but just comes, this inflation is inflating, it's rough.
everybody need help.
At some point, would you?
I mean, I'm not the richest person in the world, but if I have it, you know what I'm saying? I'd be like,
Could be.
I mean, I can help you out
Could be.
in our little situationship.
Could be. That'd be sweet.
What about you?
Let's see. In a situationship, I believe what is required definitely communication, because you're gonna have to have the hard conversations because you're not in a relationship.
Mm.
So if you are, sexually involved, it need to be communicated. If it's just gonna be, you know, us, or are we free to, you know,
See other
see
people
other people outside of
or
dating
right.
as another situationship, I guess. Could we have several situationships or
And
whatever? I think that should be a conversation that should be
has to
had.
be
Especially if you're gonna have,
multiple partners.
it should be understood. This is what we're doing. I think respect, definitely, even more than a friend. You gotta respect me more than a friend. Because even though we're not on that relationship level, we're on the intimate level. So it's a different,
Communication, because the boundaries are going to have to be set too.
right. It's a
Like
different
a
level.
relationship, but not.
But you gotta,
It's
your
complicated.
terms and I just feel like your terms and conditions must be set at first. If you know you're in this, you're getting into a situationship, and it's an agreement in the beginning. Now, once you decide that you're in a situationship, then definitely have that conversation too. But let me see. Money and gifts. I think you shouldn't expect money and gifts, but if it's offered as a nice gesture, I appreciate it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's really nice of you. Um, Contributing to a woman's bills. If he wants, I don't think it should be something that is expected. But if that's something that you want to do, that's fine. Um, I don't think it should be. I mean, I think a woman should assist. Like I said, if he really, really needs it, and it's something that's really hard times, and or you just mismanaged this time and you need to catch up right quick, and this is going to be the only time. It can't be something that's consistent.
Right.
But and let's see, how much time is not enough time. See, in situationships,
Is there a time limit in a
if I'm
situationship?
gonna see you, I'm gonna need to see you on a consistent basis. Like it gotta be consistent because it's already gonna be consistent because you don't have to see me every day. You
Mm-hmm.
don't even have to see me 5, 6 days out the week.
Mm-hmm.
One day a week, maybe two. You know, um, I think. I guess it depends on how much time you want to spend with your situationship and what kind of situationship it is. Because there's levels of situationships. So if you're the only person I'm dealing with and I'm not dating outside of you, 2, 3 times a week. But if you're okay with me dating and you're dating, I guess you can be as inconsistent as you want to be.
Again, that's got to be communicated between
But you're going
you
to have to
and your
understand,
situationship.
right, that if that's the case, you know, if I'm dating with somebody else and time, I'm not going to just get up and maybe, maybe I will. Depending on the level of my situation.
It's complicated.
Yeah, that'll be a complicated little thing. So,
We're gonna move
what
on.
what are the boundaries that should be set in place, or terms in a situationship, such as I kind of dipped in it already,
It's
but
okay.
are we exclusive with each other, or can we still date? What kind of boundaries you think should be set
Again,
in
that's a
place?
communication thing. Like before you get in a situationship, a relationship, or anything, the first thing you're gonna do is communicate. Because that's how did you meet that person? How did that person meet you? Y'all had to talk, right? So y'all have to be consistent. You have to be consistent in communicating. That way you can set the boundaries, or you say you feel your emotions, he says his emotions, and then y'all come to an agreement. But you can only do that if you communicate.
I think if you're going into the situation, your boundaries should be similar to your boundaries in a relationship, right? Don't have to be as strict, but similar. Like you at least be consistent in your inconsistencies. Because like you're not my man, so I can expect you to do the things my man would do for me. But you gotta do something. You gotta be consistent in some area. If it's not time, then you have to be consistent in some other form.
Right.
And it should be already outlined, hey, I'm not too ready for a relationship, but I kind of like you. Let's just see what we're going to be doing.
And
I'm
then,
not a person that only like to have sex with one person at a time. So we don't have to see how this really, really goes.
are you
Now,
that kind of
what kind of person
person?
are you? What are your boundaries? How
Questions.
often do you think we should be doing this situation? You know, and it should be agreeable on both terms. I think The boundaries should be discussed very early if you know you're in a situationship. Now, if you find yourself in a situationship, I think you need to find a way to have the conversation, because in a situationship, you can find yourself feeling that you can't express that kind of, you know, feeling to that person because that's not your man. So I could just fall back and just not say nothing because that's not the energy I'm supposed to be giving him. When all in actuality, you don't have to give the girlfriend energy. You could just come across as saying, hey, we're here. What are you gonna do now? Like, these are my boundaries. That's when you just, when you realize it. These are my boundaries. This is what I would kind of expect if this would continue. What do you expect? And see if it aligns. And if it don't be afraid to walk away. Don't, because maybe it was a situation ship for then, I guess. I don't know. But
Gotta ask questions though.
yeah, make sure you ask questions.
Don't be scared to ask
and,
questions.
And give honest answers. Don't answer according to what you think they want you to say to continue the situationship. Because I don't think that'd be really worth no one's time. Because it's not even a relationship, so
right.
That's too much effort.
So it says situationships are the ideal scenario for some people, depending on what you want. One main benefit of a situationship is convenience. It can be the perfect scenario for someone with a busy lifestyle, especially if they travel a lot. They offer companionship along with independence. So you can still enjoy your freedom, or just ideal for someone who does not like, wants, or is afraid of commitment. What are reasons you are or would be in a situationship?
Definitely convenience, as in, depending on the time and situation I'm in. If I'm trying to find me and deal with me and build myself up to the capacity where I can give somebody else, then a relationship is not what I'm looking for. But I do want, like, man prisons. Like, I want attention from just one man, though. I don't want to date around, so to say. I just want that person for now or whatever.
Well, what if you're healing?
I
If you're
think
healing from something or something that you've been through, and it doesn't have to be a relationship, it can be a loss of family or
that's touching
you know,
that's touching going to
it's well, no, what I'm saying
no, I
is
understand what you're saying, but
it's like
I think
I'm in a situationship because right now I'm trying to get myself together. But again, I communicated that when we first started talking. So,
I don't think I did though.
well, I mean, you don't have to come out and say what per se. You can just say, I'm in a healing process. Or
No, but like I think initially I didn't see myself being in the situation. I just saw it as
maybe we're dating.
dating ish, right? I didn't see it as something that would grow into a situationship.
Gotcha.
You see what I'm saying? So, healing, that's what I was doing at the time. But I didn't express that because I didn't think it would lead to what it would become.
And I don't know if I want to tell you what I'm
Right,
healing from.
exactly, because it's so
We're just
personal
in
to
a
me, and
situationship.
it's presented that way. See what I'm saying? Because I've been presented with a lot of situationships, right?
Mm-hmm.
Never accepted one until recently. So it's like I didn't even know the terms, condition, boundaries, how it was really supposed to work. Because I've always been in relationships. It's always been known what this is going to be. We are together. Period.
Times have changed.
Yes. And I have changed.
You're in a
And
relationship or you're not. That's how we
right.
came up. Ooh, no, I ain't in a relationship. I'm in a
No, I'm
relationship.
not.
Now we got
But
situationships.
what, like you said, my life changing and things that happened to me happen. I didn't have space for a relationship because of what I was going through, and it was so heavy for me. I didn't want to invite nobody else in to try to help me deal with it because I didn't even know what I was dealing with for real, if it makes sense. So I didn't want to walk into that situation, I believe, I should say, with, hey, I'm healing from blah, 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 blah. That's why I don't want a relationship right now. And, that spill, I guess because it was so personal and that person wasn't, like close in my life to know that dynamic in that
Or
situation
what
of
was what had happened.
and with right.
But that's how it's gonna be anyway. Any situationship, anybody that you meet or start talking to, the things that you've went through already, they're not gonna know any of that or
Exactly. And it's
know
hard to
anything about
explain
you.
too.
And sometimes, like, you feel like a therapist, but I'm the one that needs therapy. I'm
Sometimes
just
I
saying.
need to be healed.
Talk to
Just
me.
because I'm not in a relationship don't mean I don't want to be held.
True.
You see what I'm saying? So the convenience of it, let's say, like I said, it offers the companionship without the relationship. Like when I have a bad day, I want to be able to come to you and talk about it. I just come on your chest and I talk about it.
And you don't know, but we know that's a sign of
Safety,
stress
security,
relief.
stress relief,
Just
just
at peace.
so I think it's not that I don't want a commitment though, because I'm okay with commitment. Like where I'm at now in life and where I was then when it first happened, I'm in a different place. I'm in a different everything for real because I've done the work. I'm on my healing journey, and I'm in a space in my healing journey where I'm able to be at a capacity to pour into somebody else because I poured enough into me.
Okay.
But I was about to ask you, what would
Ask
be
me,
your reason to be in a situation
what are
that's
reasons I
or
would be in a situationship
or in one?
or are in one? Um, hmm. Maybe I would say a reason is because maybe I felt like I jumped into relationships too quick.
That's a
I
good
want to
one.
start off slow.
Yeah, that's fair.
And as you all know, and I've discussed previously, I'm a single mom with kids.
It has to be convenient.
It's got to be convenient.
Not even if it has to be. So what about the commitment part? Wait, next this first.
Okay.
What is the reason you don't want to be in a relationship right now? Is it because you're healing? You're working on yourself?
I don't have a reason why I don't want to be in one.
So
I'm
you don't
open.
mind to be in a committed
I'm open.
relationship right
I'm
now?
open being in a committed relationship right now on the podcast.
But so a situationship is not really wanted.
Um,
But is it okay until you just
I'm
want
gonna
to
start. I could
just
start off
start
as
off in
a
right? That's what my question was.
situationship, and then, but I have no problem with commitment.
Mm, okay.
So I could start off that way.
Well,
So is being busy an excuse for inconsistency in a situationships?
ooh.
I'm listening. What?
Okay.
That almost came out
So,
my mouth.
um, I don't think so.
I got the
And
perfect answer.
and I'm gonna tell you why. You're never too busy for the things you want.
Oh, can I say it, please?
Go ahead, Sugar.
You make time for the things that you want.
I was getting there, but she just had to say. But you definitely make time and space for the things you want. No one's that busy. Not saying you're not busy, but no one's not that busy to where it's always an excuse of why you're canceling or why you can't make the time or why so much time passes before you even attempt to make time. Because a situationship is transactional, yes,
And it goes both
but it's an
ways.
exchange.
It's not
So
just one person.
you can't always get the long end of the stick. And I'm over here creating that little piece over here, like, oh, we
That's it?
wanna
Yeah.
wait.
Okay.
So
All
I'm
right.
supposed to be always available for you, right? For the little time you do have. But when you do have the little time you do have, I'm still supposed to run, jump, sprint.
Well, watch me. You.
I don't think it's being busy is not an excuse for me. What about you?
Well, maybe that being busy is the excuse because you just don't want to be bothered no more.
That's how I'm going to take it, and I'm going to fall all the way
Back.
like you recline that seat in the car. You're going to have to look for me.
Yes, if I'm not busy.
I even may not be busy, and you still going to look for
I can't stay.
me. Because at the end of the day, I can be just inconsistent.
As you. Amen.
I can do just as much stuff and be just as busy
As you.
as you. I'm not chasing nobody. I don't expect you to chase me.
Mm.
Because if I want to give you the energy, you're going to get it. But I promise you, she's not chasing you. On no level. I don't care who you are. Who you are.
We in 2024.
And I'm real grown.
Not the 90s.
I don't need you for nothing but your time and your energy. And if that's something you can't provide me on a consistent basis because you're busy or whatever reason you have to not want to, it's fine by me.
Mm-hmm. I ain't complaining.
I know how to adjust.
Accordingly. I'm sick of you. Oh, let's go to the next question. How much freedom is too much freedom in a situationship? Because that's what we talking about, situationships.
First of all, too much freedom is too many people involved. Now you're free to be almost inconsistent. Notice I say almost. You're even free to, I guess, conversate with other people. 'Cause, I mean, we're not in a relationship. But you're not free to have sex with other people without condoms. And I can't tell you what to do because we're not in a relationship. And that's conditions of a situationship. You can't tell nobody what to do.
Right.
But I can tell you what I am and not gonna do, and am and not gonna deal with,
Right.
or what I'm not gonna take. And
Gosh, just don't
you
lie.
can have all the freedom you want. It just won't be with me. So you can have freedom of a lot. Like I'm a little.
Your freedom of speech.
Yeah,
Right.
you can do whatever.
Everybody can
you
talk.
can really do whatever you want. But when my boundaries and terms and conditions are not respected, and we have a agreement that we're exclusive when we're having sexual relations or activities, then I'm just going to expect that.
Right.
If protection has to be a must for me.
Right.
If you were other people,
how much freedom is too much? I can't lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna bring the same energy. If your energy is we inconsistent, mine is too, and I can't help that because
exchange. What you give me, I give
I'm
you.
I'm I'm, I'm older. We're not in high school. I can't chase
You're not
behind
in 20s or 30s, baby. We went up past both
a
of them.
situation. I didn't chase behind no husband. I didn't chase behind a relationship. I can't put you on a pedestal up here, and no, it
And
can't.
you don't even see me.
I can't just do, and then just wait.
She not that desperate. I'm definitely not that desperate. She's definitely not that desperate. I don't have time.
And you shouldn't be that desperate either.
I don't expect you to be.
So,
but just know that
same intergy,
like the MF that they done, they go through with our power source. Well, that's not different and everything. But a situationship can last anywhere between a month and a year or more. There is no expiration date unless one decides to set one. Like either party be like, hey, I'm not feeling this. Ooh, let me find it. Anyway. Being in a gray area can seem like a negative thing, but it can also help you grow by helping you identify what you do and what you do not want.
You already know.
It can also test your communication skills, especially if you decide you want more from the situation.
Because I'm going to tell you.
So, what happens if you unintentionally find yourself in or end up in a situation?
Oh, we need to talk today. Because what I heard was we in a situationship.
What Babes and Cocktails say? That podcast. We're in a situationship.
So now we need to discuss the boundaries and the order of things. Because next thing you're going to say, I'm being bossy. What you didn't want to talk about it.
So how would you approach the conversation?
So this feels like a situationship. We need to talk about it. Are you ready to talk? Because if you're not ready to talk, then I already know it's not.
It is. I know what this is. I need to go ahead and move on around.
Just keep it moving. Because now you don't even want to talk about it. If you don't want to talk about it, you can't be about it. Oops, did I say that out loud?
You did. Let's see. What would I do if I unintentionally find myself
in
a situationship? I'm definitely gonna have a conversation. I'm not gonna be as forward with the conversation, but it's gonna happen. And I am going to definitely lay out my terms and conditions, let you know where I stand at this moment. Because if I unintentionally found out I'm in one, that means I woke up one day and was like, damn, I really like him. We've been doing a year. A year and some change now. Like, it's time to see what hold up. I see where I'm at because I'm still here. So now, it gotta be something. But where you at? Because some people can just deal with a situation because it's convenient and it doesn't really fulfill them for real. So I need to see where you at. How you feel about me? Is this situationshipping for you? And what are we doing now? It don't have to be relationship, but you have to give me more. I require more now. So how long would you be in a situationship before you start wanting to have that conversation or leaving it?
Whenever my feelings kick in or out.
But what is the max?
I don't have a set time.
So you do 2 years, 3 years in a situation?
I never said that. I said the feelings kick in.
But I said, what is the max?
I don't have a max.
But you would do 2 years, 3 years in a situationship then?
No, because my feelings been probably kicked in years ago.
Okay.
Okay.
How
No, wait. Time out. We just got to make this clear. We will always tell you communication is the key to success.
definitely.
So,
But
how long? I'm going to communicate that to you. That's just what it is.
just know I'm gonna only do a situationship up to a year before I start asking these hard questions.
Yeah, but you start asking hard
I
questions, Jesus.
have a cutoff on the situationship. Because if it's not situation for you like a situation for me, I need to find somebody that is situation for me for.
And then if you don't communicate it that it's not situationing for you, I'm going to ask you because you don't want to
And I'm going to
communicate.
tell you I'm about to move on to another situation because I'm going to need you to understand that the time that you is getting that you don't want for real is definitely not going to be available. I'm going to need you to understand what's happening, this adjustment process that's about to be going on for both of us because it's been a year that we've been in this situationship. We're going to have to adjust if we start splitting apart because it's a familiarity. It's been going on for too long. That's why a year is my cutoff.
I just feel like some things are just not don't have to be said.
But if it's surface level and I don't feel nothing for you like that for real, it probably don't have no limit. But if I feel like I'm getting some type of feelings and you're not giving me the time that I desire in this level of the situationship, and I'm have to go somewhere else to get it because you don't feel the same, then I need to know this by a year.
A year.
But if I don't like it for real, I don't know. I'm very new to the situationship game, so
I just found out that that's what they had.
my situationship will probably last until I don't know. Let's see. What if the situationship that you are in is just a precursor to the relationship that y'all can have after realizing that y'all are in a situation after a year or so? What would you do? Would you be accepting to the relationship? Or would you still like be like
We gotta be on the same feelings again. That is a conversation. I'm like, hey, look, so you know what I'm saying? Liking you more than you making me feel like you liking me back. So I need to know because
so you think a situation
my feelings, I'm hurt. Ain't about to show you. But guess what? The same energy. I'm telling you, you bring that same energy. And I feel like I'm giving in the situationship and you only receiving and you not giving back. And I ain't talking about money. I ain't even talking about sex. You could time, talk, text,
energy.
energy.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? Okay.
So do
I
you?
don't have to tell you. But if you do, I want to have that conversation too.
But do you think a situationship can lead to a long-lasting
It definitely can.
relationship?
It definitely can. I mean,
Why?
because we sat here in a situation, we already know your ship and my ship. So now we're going to be a ship. I'm just.
Combine the ship. Okay, let me see. What would I do if it was just a precursor? I mean, I think if you're in a situationship and it goes with saying, you learn each other's everything in a different way than a friendship or a relationship because you have to want to know it, right? In a
Right.
friendship, it's like you gotta know it because y'all gotta have compatibility to even rock certain ways, right? In a relationship, you're supposed to know it because you got to keep up with these holidays, these birthdays, this, anniversaries, blah, blah, blah. In a situationship, if you want it to work, you got to put in some type of work to learn that person because you really, really, really want to, right?
So in this
On a
situationship,
deeper
what you
level.
trying to tell me is if I ask some of these questions, because I really, really, really want to know, I just might really want to be in a relationship. But we starting out in a situationship.
See, and I think if you
I'm on your level. I got you.
If you really think about it, situationships could lead into very healthy relationships if communication is a part of the process.
Mm-hmm.
And if both parties are equally just as excited or invested in learning the other person on a deeper level that is wanted, not forced. I think that's the beautiful part of a situationship. I'm learning you because I want to.
Right.
Because I want to know you. I want to get to know you, not because I'm supposed to because we're in this relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And we need to hurry up and get these details because everything is so rushed in a relationship.
Hmm.
I just feel like definitely lead into a healthy relationship. And if I found myself in a situationship that could possibly lead into my next relationship,
Mm-hmm.
I'll be open. I'll be open to seeing where it goes. I would even be an Aries and be loyal.
How you doing?
How you doing? So
So the next one is, what happens if one person changes their mind and wanted a committed relationship, but the other person isn't ready for more? Or when one person's expectations have been different from the beginning? What if the situationship is only until one person finds the one they want to be in a relationship? So let me go on and explain this. So for the first one,
that's my first question.
change your mind.
Let's see.
That is something, again, communication has to be a part of, because if I'm in this situationship, but now my feelings, I care. I care about you. I want to know. I want us to do it together. Oh, I'm about to tell you. And now if you don't want that, when I tell you, you need to tell me.
Well, what if the other person doesn't want the situationship no more, but you still do?
We need to talk about it. Because I want to know why. Why you want a relationship now? What,
Or
what, what's the change?
what if they're not ready for the relationship, but you are?
Then I might just have to fall back. Because if I want to move from a situationship to a relationship, it means my feelings is getting involved.
Very much so.
That means I'm starting to feel some type of way.
Very much
And I don't have enough of this situationship, so I want the relationship. I want to know why. Why I can't get this and that and that and this, and we can't have it. Yeah, lots of questions. So I'm going to find out after that conversation if we about to be in a situationship or a no ship.
I guess.
Or in a relationship, in case you do say it.
I guess if it was for me, if the person changes their mind, I don't know. I think I'll be okay with that because it's a situationship. I knew it was gonna go either way, right? I knew it was, well, not either way. Situationship, I don't really think it's gonna really lead to a relationship at that time in the beginning, right? But after a certain time, and we've done this for like I say a year, and they decide, hey, this is not working for them, I'm pretty much okay with that because it could go either way. You could either want to stay in a situationship or want a situationship with somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm ready to leave, I'm definitely gonna let you know. I'm definitely gonna have that conversation with you because I just don't like no mess. I don't like to leave nothing unfinished, undone when it comes to people feelings and emotions.
So finding out that the situationship is only there until the other person found the person that they really want to be with. How do you feel about that?
I'm okay with it. I probably just want your soulmate. It just probably wasn't me. I can't force you to want to be it to be me. I can't make this make sense for you like it makes sense for me if I feel you're my soulmate.
And you can't feel like you wasted your time neither, or they wasted your
That's okay.
time
You
because,
you
again, you're
gave
not
that
in a
time.
relationship, you're
That's
in a
the time you wanted to.
situationship.
Right. You
So
wanted
there's a
to allot that
difference.
time at that time.
You definitely did. Because if you didn't want to, you wouldn't have made that.
Well, what if the situationship for the other person all along was to get in a relationship with you and you didn't realize it? How would you feel about that?
You should have communicated that from jump.
Would you feel betrayed?
No, I wouldn't feel betrayed because everybody has feelings, and in a lot of cases,
Just use that
women
situationship to
women
get
show
close to
our
you?
feelings. Okay, I just say mine. I might show my feelings before the man might show his feelings. So if he turned around and he told me he want a relationship, well, I don't need to discuss like what kind of relationship feelings do you have.
Mm.
I don't want you to want to be in a relationship, but you still want to treat us like a situationship.
But what if that's the only way he can get close to you? Like that's a door for him to go through that's only available at that time.
To be in a
But his whole
relationship,
intention was to make you his girl, but he used the situationship as a, a avenue.
that's probably how most of it's gonna go. Either way, you start off as friends, now you're in a
No, I'm
situationship.
just saying no. Y'all even is not friends. Like he just used the idea of a situationship just to get close to you, so he can build a relationship with you. But you under the impression that it's just situational and anything.
Right?
But he has
Should have communicated. I
yeah,
don't know how I'm gonna feel about it because I need to know how deep is your love.
from the beginning, right? You just want to know it from the beginning. Like it don't have to be a situationship if you're honest with me.
And hey, feelings change overnight too. Yes, they do.
Maybe I can almost take that. I think if somebody used the situationship as a way to get close to me, I think that's kind of cute, but also you could have just told me in the beginning you really like me.
Right.
You just want to see where this one go at. And
Mm-hmm.
not had me thinking that this can't be serious
I
for
feel like
real.
Cisco. How
And
deep
for
is
this
your
whole
love?
time, it could be serious for real. But we can be at a slower pace. I don't know. Maybe it'd be cute, but maybe I would want the truth too.
I just need y'all to let us know how y'all feel about a situationship.
I mean, situationships are very convenient. I don't see many men that have careers, busy careers, or multiple careers, or have a career and also a business owner. You know, would have a lot of time to put for a relationship, and a situationship might really, really, really.
Hmm.
And and maybe they just have to be in that space for that period of time because the demanding schedule that they have is what allows it for a situationship.
But I mean, as long as the communication is there, y'all will figure it out.
Yeah, I think communication, inconsistently being consistent, and understanding that you don't have to put the time in that you put in a relationship, but you still have to put in time. You still have to get to know that person on whatever level you want. But that's the beauty of a situationship. But if you want that to keep going, or if you want it to flourish into a relationship, I just think that it's a way to understanding what you do and do want in a relationship if you do get in one, if you're in a situationship with somebody and you
Mm-hmm.
fall, or your feelings get involved, or both of y'all are doing things that would warrant a boyfriend girlfriend more than a situation should would be. um I guess you can say allowed it, because of the boundaries and the amount of freedom you can and can't have. I think in today's society, situationships, some of them just work. It worked for both boys.
Mm-hmm.
Well, situationships should be defined and tailored specifically to the needs of both individuals involved. Don't be afraid to speak up and express your emotions when needed. Do check-ins, a year, 6 months, 3 months. I think 3 month check-ins are really good. Where are we? Are you happy with our situationship over these last 3 months? What would you like me to change? Here are things out. Whatever. I'm just saying. I think that'd be nice. Situationships are more common than we think. And understanding what is and how to navigate the situations we find ourselves in to benefit you as well as the other person, but definitely you because you are just important in that situationship as that other person, no matter how much you like them, no matter anything in between. So, situationships for you ago?
Um, I guess.
I think.
I mean, it just sounds more of like a friendship moving into situationship to move into a relationship, and that's only gonna be figured out by both of us. Like we both have to talk about it to figure it out.
Yeah.
Because if not, it's just gonna be complicated. It's just gonna be complicated.
It's always going to be complicated, but what level of complication are you willing to deal with? I think is the very thing you have to focus on. So,
Hmm.
what time is it, Robin? Is that the reminisce?
Reminisce on
Let's
a
see.
situationship you have had or have.
Oh, ish.
Have-ish. Yeah, it's gonna require a drink.
Um,
Hmm.
well, I guess I would start since she's sipping that drink very
You know, situationships are getting complicated.
So, I will talk about a situationship that I didn't know was going to turn into a situationship. I just thought it was going to be, you know, I don't know what I thought it was going to be, honestly. But it wound up being a situationship, and I didn't kind of understand or figure it out until probably 7, 8 months in. That's
Mm.
why I say 6 months. It
Mm.
was about 8 months. I'm like, oh, okay.
Okay.
This
That
is
was
what
what it
we're doing.
was.
This is not just gonna be for a little while. Like,
Mm-mm.
and after like a year, I started doing with myself. Like, okay, what am I doing right now? Then I wanted to know, well, where are you at right now? Because of course my feelings are in a different place. So I think my situationship experience was awesome. Like it was very much what I needed or needs to be. And it's very much I mean, it can be of course some more conversations would be worked out a little better for both parties. But I think my situationship was just clutch for the time that I needed it and it gives me exactly what I need at the moment. When I was going through that situation, it was very hard, but that person gave me that space to be okay.
Whew. A situationship. Um, I was dealing with somebody, and in the situationship, I want to say it was nice. Um, it might have lasted. I gotta ask the hard questions. Um,
That's what we're here for. The hard questions.
I know it was over 3 months, but um, it was not bad. We laughed. No, we didn't cry, but we definitely communicated,
That's a
and
bond.
there was a bond found, and I don't know, we just parted ways.
Mm.
Um, we never had a discussion about parting ways, but we just did. So I don't regret it, but
Mm-hmm.
it was a situationship.
So you had to be okay with whatever the ending was.
Whichever way it goes, it
You
was
gotta accept it. Well, let's get on to this gratitude.
gratitude.
Gratitude session. What are you grateful for?
I am definitely grateful for the situationship
Really?
because I
That's a
learned.
good one.
I learned. I learned a lot. And the things that you got to remember is we all go through things in life. You have to learn from whether it's mistakes or whether it's something you were successful with. Learn from them and do better or don't do better, depending on
Learn it
whatever
all
it
over again.
was. Just if it was a mistake, work it out so you don't have that same mistake. So I'm grateful for situations. We didn't have situations when we were younger. Now we got situations.
Shit. Let's see. What am I grateful for? I am grateful for situationships also
Yeah,
because they give you that space to just be what you need to be for you and allow you to give yourself permission to give space to somebody else. It's not forced. It's not pushed. It's just you just have to be. And I'm also grateful for I don't know the soulmate, whoever, wherever, if ever, if it's even here for me. Like just the journey to finding him is amazing. I had to realize that all the good, even the bad, the journey to him is what's going to make me the woman for him. So
and definitely grateful.
I'm definitely grateful for that journey to him. And once I get him, stuck with me, homie.
I don't think he's going nowhere,
I hope you don't think you're
huh?
like I'm 40 now. Like I'm open. That's why I was okay with my divorce because he wasn't my soulmate, you know. And I know my soulmate is out there, and I'm not gonna stop finding because he is not gonna be with who he's not supposed to be with. He's gonna be with me. So
True, true.
yeah,
You know
it's
what time
been
it
a
is.
journey with this situation.
Situation is complicated.
You know, it's complicated, but it can be a good complication or a bad complication. Communication decides which one you're gonna get. This song is a whole ride.
I want you around.
Well, we've come to the end of today's episode,
Definitely did that.
and we thank y'all for tuning in with us on Babes and Cocktails. We appreciate your time, and we're grateful for you and your positive energy. We hope that you enjoyed tonight's podcast, and hope that you come chill with us again. What is it? Friday, Saturday, 7, 8, 9.
ish.
10,
Central.
10
Central.
Time?
Just as long as you know it's central.
Yes. It's at night, Central Time, Friday, Saturday. The best we kind of got.
That's what it is.
So, miracles, blessings, prosperity.
And remember to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Till next time.
Later.